this is John from the Utopia Experience. Today we're going to be talking about bananas and platanos and how you can tell the difference. If this sounds interesting, please stick around, hit that like and subscribe button. Alright, so here we have bananas. How do I know? I'm going to get some close-ups here in a minute, but if we look over here, if we can get it close, like a zoom in, and you can see right where there's basically the stem. So it's not a trunk, it's a stem actually. It's considered a pseudo-stem. And just so you know, the banana tree is not a tree. It's an herb. It's the world's largest herb, not a tree. So I think that's pretty cool. And if we look up at the top where the leaves start to come out, you can see these ones here are very green. There's no darkish colors. So if it's solid green, we can tell that this is a banana stem. not a banana tree. So here we can see we have some plantains and we have some bananas. So if we come in here a little bit closer, we can see some major differences. One, the texture and the softness of the bananas. You can squeeze them, they're quite soft. The plantains are very hard, much more coarse and a harder, thicker shell, skin. It's a much starchier banana. It's still a banana, it's a family of banana, but it's just a crossbreed between 2 to 3 different species. You can also see the texture and the shape. There's much more rigid. They have a much more sharp ridge on the plantain, whereas the bananas are a lot more roundish, as well as size. So size does matter. So if you look here, the length, this is about 6-8 inches. These can be anywhere from 10 inches to a foot long. So have to forgive me, I'm not sure what that is in centimeters. But those would be a couple telltale signs on bananas for platanos. Alright, so we are at a plantain tree. Now, I don't know if you can notice the subtle difference. The bigger they get, the older they get, you'll start to see these get a little bit more prominently dark right here. But you can see this kind of dark purplish color on your stem of your leaf coming off here. Plantain. And on the bananas, it's going to be a dark green, solid green all the way through. So that's one really easy way of telling. If you want, follow me. We're going to walk over here to some bananas. So up there we can see the bunch of bananas. They're about 6 to 7 inches of length, and they're getting ready to start to turn yellow. And if you look down, I don't know if we can see it from here or not. Not sure if you can see the blossom hanging down there at the bottom. So that's the banana blossom, and you can use that for a few things actually. You can cook that up and make a vegan fish and chips. You can chop up that banana blossom, you soak it, and then you can bread that, batter it, and make vegan fish and chips. You can also make a vegan, just a nice soup or a stew with it, and it's really good, really tasty. That's going to be another video, so like and subscribe, and definitely come back and check that out when we make that next video. Another really cool thing that you can do with the banana blossom is make a fertilizer with it, FPJ. You can take that, chop it up, soak it in sugar, and then basically it's going to ferment, and as that ferments, we can actually use that to make a blossom fertilizer, like a blooming fertilizer to put on other plants and other things, and it will help your flowers grow better, or basically anything that's blooming, make larger blooms. They're going to have some other videos on that, on how to make IPOs, and it's called Korean Natural Farming. So once again, stick around, hit that like and subscribe. Alright, so if you look here behind me, we can see I'm 99% positive these are plantains. You can still see there's kind of a yellowish, kind of a darker hue on where the leaves are coming out. And you can also see that the bunch of plantains they're much larger than your standard banana. They're also a little bit more rigid. Like if you look at the corners, they're almost a triangle type shaped. They've got like 3 sides when you look at the plantain itself, and it's not round. It's actually really cool too. If you look over here, we can see a batch that's just getting ready to start blossoming here. You can see the banana blossom and all the little babies starting to grow off right there. So that's like just the bunch just starting off. So really cool. And the other really cool thing about this is when once we've harvested this bunch of plantains, what you're going to do is just cut off the stem. You would come down here with your machete, chop off the stem right at the ground. You leave this here, it decomposes. It's great fertilizer. But when we cut this off, right beside it, if you take a look down here, you can actually already see another little stem starting to come up right here from beside. So this will be, like, so when we chop this one down, this one will just start to take off and grow. Or if you want to transplant this, we can just come and dig this out and make a new cluster or a new bunch. So this is basically your seed for duplicating your plantains or your bananas. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this little tutorial video on bananas and plantains. So see you soon. Have a great day.